Hey, Steve here. This is week 18. We're going to talk about the results. We are going to have a webinar soon. I don't know for sure when. Sometime we can pull Dan away from the computer and some of the customer service he's doing for the Fap Turbo review site. But we will have a webinar soon, and if you're interested in getting on that, you can fill in your information, email address at fapturboreview.net. I'm going to have Dan talk to you right away about the results right now, and I'm going to be back after the results and talk to you about a couple of things, the brokerage information and so forth, because I think it's very important. So I'll be right back after Dan talks. Here's Dan and the results.
Hi, this is Dan with your Fap Turbo weekly update. We have a lot to cover today, so let's get right to the results. We're looking at the FXDD account first. It had 6 trades this week. 4 of them were winners, and 2 of them broke even, so we didn't have any losers this week. It ended up $8.57 for the week. And here's the FX Pro account. It was much more active. It had 12 trades for the week. 10 of them were winners. Unfortunately, it had a huge loss on Monday night in the euro pound. And so here's the statement for the FXDD account. As you can see, it only traded the euro Swiss franc this week. And you'll also notice that there are no open trades, nor did we have any trades in the long-term trading this week. So the FXDD account again is up $8.57 for the week. That's up 1% for the week. And overall, we're up 28%. And here's the FX Pro account. Again, for the week, we are down $93.58. So for the week, we're down 38%, and overall, we're down 64%. Well, as you saw, the FX Pro account had a huge loss this week. And I think it's important to take a look at that account, well, actually both accounts, so we can understand a little bit better of what has happened with that account and what's happening in general. And I think it's also important for those who haven't been following all of the videos, just to see a little bit of the history of the account. Now, first take a look at the FXDD account. And as you can see, it has had, since we went live, that both the euro pound and the euro franc have performed positively. Now, with the euro pound, it hasn't traded for quite a while. It had all of those in the first month or so of trading. The euro franc has been consistent and consistently making positive strides. And then we just recently went to the long-term trade using the euro dollar, and we've lost quite a bit there. And I also want to point out that if you look at their at the demo accounts on the Fap Turbo site, you will see that they aren't doing the long-term trading at this point. Before I show you the dollar amounts, the important thing to remember with the FXDD account is that we changed money strategy a couple of month and a half ago. And as such, the value per pip changed because we aren't trading the same lot size for each trade. So, you can look at a 90 pip gain, and if you were trading full lots, that could be, $1,000 or more. If you're trading, the micro accounts 0.01, it's going to be a lot less. So that's why I think it's more important to look at the pips than it is the dollar amounts. But I know that not everybody really understands that, so I want to show that to you in regards to the accounts. And as you can see, the euro franc has only made $19. The main reason is that early on it had a couple of major losses, and that's when I was trading larger lot sizes. So it's had a lot to recoup or to recover as far as dollar amounts go. And again, the euro pound had made all of that money in the first month or so. Now we take a look at the FX Pro account. You can see that both pairs are currently not doing well. Now the main reason, of course, that the euro pound is doing terrible is because it had that one terrible loss of over 88 pips. I should give you a little bit of background. The stop loss on the euro pound is actually 110 pips, and most people who had a loss that night lost the full 110 pips. The reason I didn't is because I happened to be up at 3 in the morning, and I misread the chart. I thought we had gone over the stop loss, and so I thought there was something wrong, so I was just going to get out of the trade. I guess that's what happens when you do math at 3 in the morning, coming out of a dead sleep. you panic, but just by chance I happened to save a few pips there. Anyway, if it wasn't for that one loss, obviously the euro pound would be up. And then if we look at the euro Swiss franc, it's consistently been down. It's down over 76 pips with the FX Pro account. Now you may be wondering, well, if it's the same trading platform and the same settings, why is there such a big difference? In my opinion, the difference has got to be the spreads and how the broker is handling the spreads. If the spreads are constantly growing and shrinking, it's possible to catch a trade as it hits our spread limit and then expands, which makes it harder to actually make a profit and hit the target of the trade. So I think that the difference between the results with FX Pro and FXDD has got to be the broker. But then again, that's my opinion. Now let's take a look at how that translates into the actual dollar amounts. And so in the dollar amount change, it pretty much lines up with the pips. Now I realize that the FX Pro count's down a lot more than what you're seeing here. That's because we were, up until fairly recently, trading the pound Swiss franc on this account. And that actually lost us 173 pips, which translated into about $150. So we have that hole to dig ourselves out of too. This weekend is the daylight savings time change in the UK. Now the FXDD did change during the US daylight savings change a couple of weeks ago, so that will be staying at 3. The FX Pro account will be changing their time this weekend, so you need to change the GMT offset to 3 if you are trading with them. Now you need to check your market watch time just to make sure this is correct. As you remember, I was given the wrong information about FXDD a few weeks ago, but it's best to double check it yourself. If you're with a different broker, you'll want to watch the market watch time next week when trading opens to see if there is a change. I unfortunately have to once again let you know that the LPRI account is not open. I've jumped through quite a few hoops and I'm just waiting now for LPRI to give me access to the account. So as soon as that account gets opened, I will set it up and start trading it. I want to thank you for listening to the update this week, and we'll do it again next week.
Steve here again. I want to say a few things. FX Pro, we would not recommend at this point. As you can see, the results for FX Pro has been pretty poor. We were only up a couple percent at our top, and FX Pro has just been continuously getting hammered. It's not a broker we would recommend. FAP Turbo is about getting the right broker and the right settings together, and I wouldn't recommend FX Pro as far as FAP Turbo product. Now, as far as another brokerage account, if you're not trading FAP Turbo, it may be fine, but the spreads are ridiculous and costing us some money. So I would not recommend FX Pro. We're going to continue with FXDD. We're going to continue with FX Pro as well. We're just going to leave it in there, not much left in there, and see what happens. But you can find our settings here. We're not going to change them. Once we have the LPRI settings or the account set up, we're going to be using the settings that are found on FAP Turbo forum by Charles, and quite popular settings, as you can you'll see from other FAP Turbo members that are doing better. And our FXDD account is still up close to 30% over a 12-week period. Yes, that's not 100% a month, but I wouldn't expect that anyways. But it's still up a nice percentage overall, and we'll see how our settings continue and so forth. We will definitely have some webinars here soon, so if you're interested, sign up for our email list to get on that list to be notified of when our next webinar is. We plan on using that webinar service again really soon. We'll have to coordinate with Dan's scheduling with the customer service that he does for FAPTurboReview.net. Our brokerage statements are always found at FAP Turbo Results, and for a $10 discount on FAP Turbo, you can go to FAPTurboTips.com. But this is Steve signing off. Have a great trading week. I'll talk to you soon.